Aboard a spaceship, Olivia and her parents are on what seems like a journey until an alien suddenly tries to invade their vessel. In the chaos, Olivia's mother tells her not to open the door for her father, who's outside, leaving him locked out. Olivia obeys, but in doing so, she ends
22 years
up losing both her parents. 22 years later, Olivia wakes up in a colony on planet Hecate. Mia, her boyfriend's daughter, interrupts her as she looks at an old photo of her parents. Olivia shows Mia how the colony's cards work, explaining their use to track everyone. When Mia asks to see her mother, Olivia says she can't. She doesn't have access to her location. As Olivia gets ready for work, her boyfriend Ander asks her to move in with them. She declines, explaining she plans to return to Earth once her contract ends in 3 months. She wants to focus on the present and promises to try coming back someday. At the colony, a boy asks Olivia if she's from Earth and whether people there own pets. She points to a fake tree, explaining that on Earth, trees are real, covered in leaves, home to animals, and thrive because Earth gets more sunlight than this planet. Olivia meets with her co-worker Arlo at the control room and asks for updates on the latest news. In the middle of their conversation, Mira calls Olivia to ask if she's planning to leave. Mira tried talking Olivia into coming to live with them or if they can all go to Earth together. Olivia reassures Mira that she must return to Earth once her contract ends and reminds her that she's brave and will get through this. As they talk, the call is suddenly disrupted. Arlo mentioned that life on Earth wouldn't be fun without money, and that after 20 years, no one would be waiting for her. Olivia grew angry and told him to focus on his own work. Then suddenly the alarm blurts as the emergency alarm sounds, and a huge explosion is heard. They rush to check the surveillance footage. They realize the generator room has exploded. When Arlo expresses concern for the people, Olivia reminds him not to see them as individuals, cautioning that he could lose his job. Together, they try to figure out what went wrong in the colony. Arlo notices an alien ship hovering around them. He is then joined by Olivia, who is equally confused as he is. They sent a warning about the danger and blocked access to Sector 5 where the alien ship had landed and departed. When they checked the surveillance feed, it had gone dark. Using car tracking, they saw the invaders killing everyone in the sector. Olivia then ordered Arlo to initiate a red alert, locking down the colony to prevent further loss. Olivia told me to head to the nearest shelter, which was Sector 2. Shortly after, Ander called Olivia, and she informed him that the colony was under attack and that he should also go to Sector 2. Music. From Sector 5, the intruders managed to break in, surprising Olivia and Arlo since the gate was a meter thick and impossible for any human to get through. At that moment, Olivia suggested that the intruders were not human beings. Olivia sent out another warning, directing everyone from Sectors 1, 2, and 3 to Shelter 2, while those from Sectors 4 and 5 were to go to Shelter 1. She instructed them to stay hidden and remain there until further notice. George urged them to fight the invaders, but Arlo knew they might not be human and that George's team had no weapons. Arlo suggested they head to the shelter, but Olivia thought letting them fight might buy time for others to escape. Despite Arlo's concerns, George refused to back down. Tragically, he and his team were quickly killed by the intruders. At the control room door, Arlo urged Olivia to let the people in, but she refused, insisting on following protocol. Arlo, frustrated, tried to open the door anyway, but Olivia overrode the system and stopped him. Just then, they heard a terrifying, monstrous scream, leaving them both scared. Moments later, the sounds of people screaming filled the air, and ultimately, everyone outside perished. Olivia instructed Arlo to close the gates of Shelter 1 while she sealed Shelter 2 as soon as she saw Mia arrive. When she told Arlo to close Shelter 1, he hesitated, waiting for his parents. This delay led to a crowd at the door, preventing it from closing in time. An intruder got inside, resulting in the tragic loss of Arlo's parents, Ander, and everyone else in the shelter. leaving Olivia and Arlo devastated. Arlo is devastated by the loss. She apologized for his loss, but reminded him that trapping one of the intruders in Shelter 1 was for the best. Just then, she received a call from Shelter 2 warning that the intruders were close to breaking through. After checking the system, Olivia found they had about an hour before the door would be breached, but she reassured them that they had 2 hours.
Puedes odiarme todo lo que quieras, pero esa gente no tiene la culpa.
Olivia
And told them not to worry. Olivia reassured Mia that her dad was safe in Shelter 1, even though Arlo questioned why Olivia would lie. She explained it was what Mia needed to hear. Olivia then tells Arlo about any weapons in Shelter 2 and reminds him that contacting Earth was
¿Decir que no va a venir nadie?
Quiero decir que ni siquiera saben que estamos siendo atacados.
Arlo was
impossible since the radio tower had been destroyed. Arlo was concerned about 6 people still outside and wanted to bring them into the control room, but Olivia refused, insisting on following protocol. This led to a heated argument with Arlo accusing Olivia of only caring about her contract, but Olivia stood firm, saying they needed to follow protocol. Arlo told Olivia about each of the 6 people outside Shelter 2, sharing their names, roles, and how much they meant to the colony and to him personally. Moved by this, Olivia finally agreed to help bring them into the control room, but on her terms. Arlo agreed, and they
Bashir en el templo. Dice seguridad.
began by reaching out to the person closest to the control room. The first person, Bashir, was in the church, and Olivia assured him they would get him safely to the control room. When he asked about his son, who had sadly died in the Shelter 1
Refugio 1.
Gracias, Dios mío. Gracias.
incident, Arlo reassured him that his son was safe. After that, they contacted the second person, Nisho. Olivia asked Nisho to help 2 injured individuals reach the control room safely. Although he was hesitant at first, Olivia
Inicio, que tú puedes.
reassured him that they would support him the whole way. Eventually, Nisho agreed and set out to assist them. The next 2 people outside were Flores and Patel, a married couple expecting a baby who were working in the mine. Arlo managed to contact them on a different signal and provided cameras so the control room could assist them. Bashir planned to fix the radio tower to restore communication with Earth.
Olivia.
meanwhile
He met with Flores and Patel, took a grenade that Patel had made, and then headed to the radio tower
Haced lo que os digamos.
Claro.
Entendido.
Nisho
with Arlo's help. Olivia. Meanwhile, Olivia assisted Flores in getting to the control room while Patel stayed behind at the mine to create more explosives. Nisho, who had gone to help the injured
¿Bien eso?
¿El qué?
when they realized
Milo and Lupe, found them in a dire condition and realized they wouldn't be able to walk to the control room. Olivia instructed him to stay with them and keep them company until further notice. When they realized an intruder was heading towards Bashir, Olivia told him to hide, but it wasn't enough. Faced with a difficult decision, Olivia instructed Nisho to leave Camileo and Lupe behind and run towards Bashir.
Olivia tried to
Causing the intruder to follow him and save Bashir. This ultimately led to Nisho's sacrifice, allowing Bashir to reach the radio tower safely and Flores to make it safely to the control room where Olivia let her in. Olivia tried to talk to Arlo about the difficult decision, explaining that their job
Pero tarde o temprano hay que soltar lastre.
at the
sometimes requires hard choices. Arlo, however, accused her of being heartless, which made Olivia emotional. She left and walked to the other room. There she found Flores, who had read all of
Siento mucho lo de tus padres.
Supongo que es parte del trabajo.
Olivia's reports and asked if her friend had done something bad. At the radio tower, Bashir asked if Olivia had faced a crisis like this before. She said not at work, but she once lost both parents in a spaceship incident.
7 horas estaremos todos muertos.
meanwhile Bashir encountered an incident.
Orphaned at 16, she took the job and never looked back. After Bashir fixed the
Mira spotted a
tower, Olivia called headquarters for urgent help. They said multiple colonies were under attack
Estoy aquí para lo que necesites.
Yo también estoy aquí si tú
meanwhile Patel
and couldn't send aid. Despite her pleas, They told her to manage with local resources. Help would arrive in 17 hours. Meanwhile, Basher encountered an intruder at the tower. Though killed, he managed to throw a grenade, taking the intruder with him.
Insistido porque os considera su familia.
Flores
Mira spotted a strange yellow circle near the door. Olivia warned her to stay back and promised help was coming. Meanwhile, Patel called, saying only 3 people could escape on the Renaissance due to oxygen limits. He suggested leaving Arlo, arguing
with Arlo's life.
3 people could last 19 hours, but 4 only 13. A disagreement broke out. He and Flores backed the plan.
Flores tried to
But Olivia defended Arlo, reminding them he saved them all. Aiding this, Olivia had set a timer to release the intruder trapped in Shelter 1. She warned Flores that the noise would draw the intruder straight to her husband, but Flores refused to back down and shot Arlo on the shoulder. With Arlo's life on the line, Flores forced Olivia to open the door. Olivia complied, and both the intruder and Patel entered the control room. Flores tried to shoot the intruder but failed and was killed. Patel followed with an explosive but couldn't stop it, and also died. Olivia locked herself in a separate room with the explosive and braced for what came next.
destroy the device.
The intruder tried to kill Olivia, but Arlo arrived just in time and opened fire. As the intruder turned on him, Olivia grabbed an explosive and threw it. The blast killed the intruder. As Olivia tended to Arlo's wounds, another intruder appeared. She used white noise to stay calm and noticed it disoriented the alien, but it quickly destroyed the device. With no other option, Arlo told Olivia to save the others and sacrificed himself. She is saved, shaken, but alive. Olivia made her way to the hangar to escape, but encountered another intruder who injured her. Summoning all her strength, she fought back and ultimately used an explosive to defeat the intruder. As Olivia prepared to leave, memories in Arlo's words stopped her. She turned back, explosives in hand, ready to keep fighting. Mira called Olivia, who promised to come get her and show her other worlds. When Mira asked about her dad, Olivia said, "Life is hard, but still beautiful," then headed for Shelter 2. At Shelter 2, Olivia used white noise to distract the aliens and planted explosives among them. Just as she was leaving, headquarters called to say they were on their way. The noise alerted the aliens and one attacked her, but Olivia managed to trigger the explosives just in time. At that moment, help arrived. As everyone evacuated to the spaceship, Mia overheard a rescuer talking about the others and learned that Shelter 1 hadn't survived. Heartbroken, Mia searched for Olivia and found a childhood photo of her on the ground. She eventually discovered Olivia lying injured from the explosion. "Okay." Mia in tears called out to her, and miraculously, Olivia woke up and they embraced, both crying together. Follow the Chanel Filmora recap.